Hello everyone, it's Kyle Snow, certified fashion designer representing Leatherings.com. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic, how to get creases out of leather. Leather is a beautiful and versatile material that can add a touch of sophistication and luxury to any outfit or piece of furniture. But let's be honest, creases and wrinkles can be a real problem. They can make your favorite leather jacket look tired, your leather shoes look old, or even ruin the sleek appearance of your leather sofa. But don't worry, I've got you covered. Today, we're going to go over several methods for removing creases from leather, from simple at-home techniques to more professional solutions. I'll also share some tips on how to prevent creases from forming in the first place. So please grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's dive into the wonderful world of leather care. Understanding leather and why creases happen. Before we get into the various methods of removing creases, it's important to understand why creases happen in the first place. Leather, as many of you probably know, is a natural material made from animal hides. It has a unique structure that gives it its durability and flexibility, but also makes it prone to developing creases and wrinkles over time. When leather is bent or folded, the fibers in the hide are compressed in certain areas and stretched in others, causing creases to form. This is especially common in areas that experience a lot of movement, like the elbows of a leather jacket or the toes of leather shoes. Creases can also form if leather is stored improperly, such as being folded for a long period or compressed under other items. Now, a little bit of creasing is completely normal and can add character to your leather goods, giving them that well-loved, broken-in look. But sometimes, those creases can be a bit too much or in places where you don't want them. So, how do you deal with them? Gentle at-home methods to remove creases from leather. Let's start with some gentle at-home methods for removing creases from leather. These techniques are great for minor wrinkles or creases that haven't set in too deeply. Method 1. Using a damp cloth and heat. One of the simplest ways to get creases out of leather is by using a combination of moisture and heat. Here's how you do it. Dampen a cloth. Start by lightly dampening a clean, soft cloth with water. Make sure the cloth is not soaking wet. You want it to be just slightly damp. Place the cloth over the crease. Lay the damp cloth over the area of the leather that has the crease or wrinkle. Apply heat with an iron. Set your iron to the lowest heat setting. You don't want to use high heat, as it can damage the leather. Gently press the iron onto the cloth-covered crease for a few seconds at a time. Please don't hold the iron in place for too long, and make sure to keep it moving to avoid scorching the leather. Check the results. Lift the cloth and check to see if the crease has been reduced. If it's still visible, you can repeat the process a few more times, but remember to be patient and go slowly. This method works because the heat helps to relax the leather fibers, while the moisture from the cloth prevents the leather from drying out and becoming brittle. Just remember to use a low heat setting and always place a cloth between the iron and the leather. Method 2. Using a hairdryer. If you don't have an iron on hand, a hairdryer can also be an effective tool for getting creases out of leather. Here's how. Turn on the hairdryer. Set your hairdryer to a medium heat setting. Hold it about 6 to 12 inches away from the creased area. Warm the leather gently. Move the hairdryer back and forth over the crease. Make sure to keep it moving and not focus on one spot for too long, as this could overheat the leather and cause damage. Massage the leather. While warming the leather with the hairdryer, use your hands to massage and smooth out the crease gently. You can also pull the leather gently to help it return to its original shape. Condition the leather. After using heat, it's important to restore moisture to the leather. Apply a high-quality leather conditioner to keep the leather soft, supple, and protected. This method is great for leather items that are harder to iron, like shoes or bags. The key here is to use moderate heat and keep the hairdryer moving to avoid overheating the leather. Professional methods for stubborn creases. Now, if you have a more stubborn crease or wrinkle that just won't budge with the at-home methods, it might be time to consider some more professional techniques. Method 1. Leather steamer. One of the most effective ways to remove deeper creases from leather is by using a leather steamer. Steamers are great because they provide a consistent, controlled source of heat and moisture, which helps relax the leather fibers and smooth out creases. Set up the steamer. Fill your leather steamer with water and let it heat up. Make sure to use a steamer specifically designed for leather or one with adjustable settings. Steam the creased area. Hold the steamer about 6 to 12 inches away from the creased leather and gently move it back and forth. You don't need to steam the leather for very long. Usually, a few seconds will do. The goal is to apply just enough steam to relax the fibers without soaking the leather. Smooth out the leather. While the leather is still warm and slightly damp, use your hands to smooth out the crease. You can also lay the leather flat on a clean surface and gently press it down with your hands. Condition the leather. As always, finish by applying a leather conditioner to keep the leather hydrated and prevent it from drying out. Method 2. Taking it to a professional leather cleaner. If you're dealing with a very expensive or delicate leather item, or if you've tried the at-home methods without success, it might be best to take it to a professional leather cleaner. They have specialized equipment and expertise to handle all kinds of leather care issues, from removing deep creases to repairing damage. A professional can also assess the type of leather and recommend the best course of action. Remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to high-quality leather, preventing creases, and caring for your leather. All right, we've talked about how to get rid of creases, but what about preventing them in the first place? Here are some practical tips to help you keep your leather looking smooth and crease-free. Tip 1. Store leather properly. One of the most common causes of creases in leather is improper storage. Always store leather items in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. For jackets and coats, hang them on padded hangers to help maintain their shape. For bags, stuff them with tissue paper or bubble wrap to keep them from collapsing and forming creases. Tip 2. Avoid folding leather. Whenever possible, avoid folding leather items. If you need to pack a leather jacket or bag, try to roll it instead of folding it. This can help prevent deep creases from forming. Tip 3. Regularly condition leather. Leather is a natural material that can dry out over time, especially in dry or cold climates. Regularly applying a high-quality leather conditioner can keep the leather soft, supple, and less prone to creasing. Conditioning also helps protect the leather from moisture and environmental damage. Tip 4. Rotate your leather items. If you wear the same leather jacket or use the same leather bag every day, it's more likely to develop creases in areas that see a lot of movement or use. Try to rotate your leather items to give them a break and reduce the chance of creases forming. Final thoughts and recap. So there you have it, a guide on how to get creases out of leather. From gentle at-home methods like using a damp cloth and a hairdryer to professional solutions like leather steamers or taking your items to a leather cleaner, there are many ways to tackle those pesky creases and keep your leather looking its best. I hope you found today's episode helpful. If you have any questions or tips of your own for removing creases from leather, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment or send us a message. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Leatherings, leave us a review, and share it with your friends. Thanks for listening, take care of your leather, and I'll see you next time.